The Oblivion Remaster released with a digital deluxe edition, which came with 2 new quests, giving us new armor, weapons, and horse armor as the new rewards. Today, I'll be showing you where to find these quests, along with the new gear that you'll get by completing them. Unlike the classic add-ons in the original version of Oblivion, these won't pop up as random quests just by playing, meaning that you'll need to find them on your own. Both quests can be done pretty early on in the game. I did them at around level 3 without any issue. These quests and items are exclusive to the deluxe version, meaning that you'll need to buy either the $60 version of the game or the $10 deluxe upgrade if you've already purchased the base version. And if you're playing this through a Game Pass subscription, you can buy just the $10 upgrade and be good to go. Each of the new quests comes with its own set of gear, one inspired by Akatosh and the other by Mehrunes Dagon. The first quest, A Wound in Time, grants us the Akatosh-themed gear, and it can be started after completing the Siege of Kvatch in the main story. Afterwards, you'll need to hear a rumor about a priest outside Kvatch, who's worried about a series of disappearances. For me, I was able to get this rumor from a guard just outside the Imperial City. There were some new voice actors brought in for the Oblivion Remaster, and this guard is one of the new voice types. After speaking with him, you'll return to Kvatch and speak with the priest. Like the guard, he's fully voiced, giving you a quick intro to the quest. And just a quick note, while he can be found outside Kvatch before the siege, he won't have any dialogue options needed to start the quest.
The Divines are powerless to stop all these threats. Even as we speak, people are disappearing near Anvil, and I foresee a terrible threat. One even the gods should fear. You are a noble soul and a follower of the Nine. I am more than a humble priest and represent an order that stood for Akatosh for centuries. I feel these disappearances are an insult to Akatosh's commands. Will you investigate the ruins of Beldeburo and help us?
From here, you'll head to the new Ayleid ruin of Beldeburo, where you'll encounter your usual assortment of zombies and skeletons. Reaching the end of this section, you'll find a magical barrier that prevents you from going any deeper, requiring you to return to your quest giver to discuss your findings. And I wasn't necessarily expecting his response, lore-wise.
By Akatosh's grace, what you describe is a time wound. A few years ago, an Elder Scroll was stolen from my order. Only this relic would be powerful enough to pervert the laws of Mundus to this extent. You must retrieve it at all costs, hero. The time wound has not fully opened yet. I will give you the Order's blessing. This should allow you to breach the barrier, but the rest is up to you.
I guess the name of the quest does make more sense now that I think about it. After receiving his blessing, you'll return to Beldeburo, with the ability to enter the lower chambers of the ruin. You'll face a couple more zombies and skeletons before reaching the main chamber, with a boss fight against a lich named Corellian. He will summon a skeleton thrall during the fight, but I was able to defeat him at level 3. By looting him, you'll retrieve the Elder Scroll, a key, and his diary. Reading his diary will detail his plans to use the Elder Scroll to create a time wound, so that he might prevent himself from becoming a lich in the first place. The zombies that we fought in the ruin were his previous companions, whom he had turned on when he started to go mad. With the Elder Scroll in hand, we can return to the priest, who is happy to reward us for our efforts. You'll be able to ask for any of the new Order weapons and armor, with an option to take all of them at once. You'll also be able to ask for as many copies of them as you like, but they all have no value, so it's not like it's an easy gold farm or anything like that. Going off of the stats, it does seem like they drop at your level as well, so returning to him at higher levels might give you some better versions. That, or maybe it's meant strictly as just starting gear. Being able to dictate which exact pieces you want is also kinda nice, just in case you're worried about being over-encumbered. Completing this quest will also unlock an Order-themed set of horse armor, which can be purchased for 500 gold at the stables outside the Imperial City. The second quest, Burning Trail, gives us the Dagon-themed gear, and it can be started as soon as you exit the Imperial City prison. This requires you to go to the Talos Plaza in the city. Here, you'll find a Mythic Dawn note pinned to a barrel near the statue. Reading it will kick off a series of notes that you'll need to find in order to prove that you're a devout follower of Dagon. This first pamphlet will point you towards the Shrine of Hircine, with your quest marker pointing you to the shrine itself, but not to the actual note, with the clue saying to search behind a tree following the wolf's gaze. And you'll find it behind the very first tree in the direction that the wolf statue is facing. Reading this, you'll be pointed to Molag Bal's shrine next, with the instructions saying to march towards the light of dawn. My first thought was, the sun rises in the east. And sure enough, the next note could be found on one of the first trees east of the shrine. This third pamphlet will tell you to pray for luck to a statue, with the old lady holding the last clue. Unlike the other notes in this quest, this one will not give you a map marker, but Oblivion fans will likely pick up on the fact that they're talking about the lucky old lady statue in the city of Bravel. Approaching the statue will update the quest, telling you to search nearby for the final note. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a few minutes. I thought I searched high and low. I even tried using the clairvoyance spell to see if that would help. And I thought it was leading me just back to the statue itself. After a few minutes, they seem to give you a quest marker on your compass, which shows that the note is actually tucked away, attached to the statue itself. Having proven your ability to follow clues, you'll be asked to find a Shai Dunmer who will instruct you further, with the quest telling you to search nearby inns. I first tried Silverhome on the Water, and this then prompted a marker, which instead pointed me to Bravel's other inn, the Lonely Suitor Lodge. I guess they really wanted to make sure that you didn't get lost on this quest. Here, you'll find your contact, Ranaline, and you'll need to raise your disposition with her before she trusts you enough in order to continue. After hitting disposition 60 with her, she was happy to welcome me into the order, telling me to go to Mingo Cave. She'll give you a Mythic Dawn robe and hood, telling you to wear it before you go inside. Entering the cave with the robe and hood donned, you'll be treated as a fellow Dagon worshipper, and you'll come across a captured guard being held over an unlit pyre. Mehrunes Harbinger will welcome you and assign you your task.
Come, mortal. Our prince's power is close. Bow to the will of Mehrunes Dagon, and take this puny imperial life to assert your hatred of the Septims.
If you do as you're told and incinerate the poor guard, the Harbinger will happily reward you with Dagon's gear. In order to get it, you will need to summon the Harbinger, using a new spell that has no magicka cost.
You have greatly pleased my lord. You will act as a herald of his coming and wear his attire. The Sovereign of Destruction offers you equipment befitting someone as bloodthirsty as yourself. Crafting it is beyond mortal abilities, hence you'll need to summon me whenever you need a new one.
Similar to the other deluxe quest, you can request all weapons and armor pieces immediately, the biggest difference here being that there's both light and heavy variants of the armor. Visually, the only difference between the two seems to be the heavy cuirass, which has much more prominent pauldrons. And just like the first quest, completing this will allow you to buy a similarly themed horse armor by the Imperial City, which will cost you 500 gold. Now, should you not want to kill an innocent guard and pledge yourself to Mehrunes Dagon, you can flat out attack the worshippers in the cave. And after killing them, the Harbinger will laugh about it.
Amusing. I enjoyed seeing you bring disaster to those that were too weak to follow Lord Dagon and did not protect themselves from you. While you may think you oppose him, he is eternal and will always prevail. The Sovereign of Destruction offers you equipment befitting someone as bloodthirsty as yourself.
So either way, you still get the gear. I like that they give you that option. And that's the extent of the new content added in the Deluxe Edition. I think it'll be worth it to some, and not worth it to many others. All told, the quest took me a little less than an hour and a half. and quite a bit of that time was spent walking from place to place, as I didn't have the Daedric Shrines discovered yet. I really like the new voice acting, and that we get a choice in the Dagon quest. The Dagon-themed Cataclysm armor is my favorite of the two sets. While the Order gear looks cool, it also gives me a bit of a World of Warcraft vibe. The Cataclysm armor actually kind of makes you look like Mehrunes Dagon himself, and it feels like a fun play on Daedric and Dremora armor styles. I can see this maybe being worth it for the die-hard Oblivion fans out there, but I don't know if this is going to be worth it for the average person, especially at an additional $10. But let me know what you think. And I hope this video helped, whether you were just curious about the quests, or maybe you were stuck on them and needed some help. But either way, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.